2 years ago, I was a broke college student. I had no money to feed myself. I had no money for rent. I had no money for even a parking pass. To now, I have a Lamborghini Huracan that I paid for in cash, and I have a bunch of other cars as well. I was a broke college student with no money. I was working at Walmart to pay the rent, barely getting by. Now I have this car. And now you're probably wondering, how did I get this Lambo? What job did I do? What industry, whatever? All I did was flip cars. That's literally all I did. Flipping cars got me to this point. And I don't have any mechanical skills. I don't have any bodywork skills. I barely know anything about cars. You don't need a bunch of experience, a bunch of skill. I don't have any of that, okay? It's how to buy the cars correctly, how to sell them correctly, and how to compound the money. That's all I know how to do, and that's all you need to know how to do. But now real quick, I just wanna give you my story, just so you understand where I came from. My parents came here from Algeria with no money. My dad was a taxi driver. My mom didn't work. So you can just estimate how much money, we had going around. There was basically nothing. It was a family of 5, me, my 2 brothers, and my parents, just off one taxi driver income. That's the upbringing I had. I got my first job at 13 years old. I was delivering papers. I did that for 1 week. I made $30. After working for one entire week, I made $30. Quit that. As soon as I turned 14, I got a job at McDonald's, realized that I have to chase my dreams. That's what that job told me, because the manager just completely ruined that job for me. I always enjoyed working. God says in the Quran, work gratefully, right? He's talking to the family of David. Oh, family of David, work gratefully. So work hard. Be honest with your work. Be grateful for your work, right? So I was working at McDonald's, taking orders, but I did the best that I could, right? But the manager still, for whatever reason, she didn't like me. She had something against me. She made that job miserable. And that taught me that, okay, I can't let someone else dictate my life. From that point on, I got many other jobs, gas station, I worked at Sheetz, I worked as a lifeguard, I worked at a movie theater, and at the very end, I worked at Walmart. I was working at Walmart in college. It was my senior year, and I was just barely getting by, right? I was just making enough money to pay the rent and eat, and that's about it. There's nothing else left over. So that was my college experience. My entire life, I was always told college is like your way out. That's what my parents told me. That's what the school system taught me. College is your way out. But now my senior year, I sat there and I did this visualization. I did this mental exercise, which I recommend all of you to do. I recommend every single one of you guys to do this. Sit there, close your eyes, have a notebook, whatever. Just sit there, quiet room, no distractions. Just lock in, just you by yourself. It's really just you alone. With God, of course. God is with you always. And just sit there and ask yourself, what do you want? What do you genuinely want, right? I knew I wanted to drive the nice cars. I wanted to fly wherever I want. I wanted to travel wherever I want. I want to eat whatever I want. I did not want money to constrain me anymore in my life. Like, that's what I genuinely wanted. I just didn't want money to constrain me. So then my senior year, I had 1 more semester left, and I did that visualization. I looked at the trajectory of my life. Okay, I'm gonna graduate. Hopefully I'll get a job. I have a lot of friends I graduated with. They did not get jobs. To this day, they still didn't get jobs. But now I was thinking, okay, I'll graduate, make $80,000 a year? That's before tax too. It would take you a very long time to buy this car if you make $80,000 a year before tax, right? It's basically almost never. On a long enough time frame, sure. But the thing with life is that you're gonna die. There's a time that you have here, and once it's over, it's over. That's it, right? Average, whatever, people live like 70 to 80. Okay, that's if you make it there. But do you wanna be 70, 80 years old to finally be able to afford one of these? When I bought it at 24, cash, you don't wanna become 70, 80 years old and look back and be like, dang, I didn't risk it. I didn't go for it. I didn't live the life I want to live. You only have one. You only have one life. It's not a rehearsal. This is all you get. You get this one shot and that's it. You're done. So why not live it to the fullest? Senior year, boom, drop out. It was my final semester. I had 1 more semester. I drop out. Everyone's calling me crazy. Parents are upset. My friends are all calling me crazy. And honestly, that was one of the scariest decisions in my life, because my whole life, my entire life, I was always told, you go to college, you get a degree, and you go work and you make money, right? That was my plan. That was my ticket out of, poverty. So now, boom, I drop out. I give up everything. All I've ever knew my entire life, from preschool up until senior year of college. This is all I've ever knew. I drop it. Boom. Full time into cars. I'm like, this has to work, right? Plan B is to make plan A work, right? There is no plan B. You have to burn the ships. There's a story of this war general. He and his army, it's a small army, they land somewhere and they realize, okay, we have to conquer this area. They were completely outnumbered. There was basically no way they were gonna win this. The war general knew that, basically. He knew, we have to go all out if we're gonna even try to win this. So what he did was he burned the ships. He said, there is no going back. It's either we win or we're gonna die. So that's the mentality I had. I said, I have to burn the ships. That's why I didn't finish college. That's why I didn't stay in college. I could have easily just, kept doing it and, whatever. Finished it on the side or something and then get my degree. Blah, 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 whatever. But I didn't want that. I didn't even want a plan B. I don't want to even think about a plan B. Plan A, that's all I care about. Plan B was to make plan A work, which is flipping cars. So boom, I go all in. I'm making 10,000 a month, 15,000 a month, 20,000 a month. This is when your life changes. When you start touching 15, 20,000 a month, this is when your life actually changes, because I grew up in poverty. Now I have enough money. I can basically live wherever I want, and I can eat whatever I want, basically. And I can wear whatever clothes I want, for the most part. At this price range, yeah, you can basically do that. And you basically travel. It's crazy how quick your life can change, right? Like I said, 2 years ago, I was in college. I didn't have enough money to pay for the parking pass. Now I have a $200,000 car, cash. It's mind-bending how quick your life can change. The point of this video, I'm telling you my story, but also I want to share what I've learned and everything that I've done with you guys. Because car flipping changed my life, without any doubt. And I know it can do the same for you guys. Now, you're probably wondering, why should I do car flipping instead of, any of these other online businesses? Look, with these online businesses, I'm not gonna knock them. Some of these people do make money. For example, day trading. There's like a statistic, like 99% or something of day traders, they're not profitable until like after 2 years. So you're gonna wait 2 years to finally maybe become a little bit profitable. You can go do SMMA, social media marketing agency, but that's very saturated and it's a nightmare to scale. You can go do drop shipping. You can try it. Most people fail. Now the new thing is AI automation. The thing I'm trying to show you guys is there's always something new with this online money. There's always something new. Okay, there's this is new, SMMA, now drop shipping, now e-com, now it's AI automation. Who knows what 2 years from now, what's the next thing gonna be, right? It's always gonna change. The thing with car flipping is that cars are always gonna be here. They've been here for 100 years in the past. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be here for another 100 years, right? And as long as people are buying cars, you are gonna be in business. You're gonna be making money. You don't have to worry about the business model dying out, because people always need cars, right? As long as you know how to provide the correct car at the correct cost and make your profit, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be making money for a very long time. And it's an actual business, like you're actually providing value to society. Like I feel good when I sell a car to a customer. I'm like, wow, they got a good price on that car. That's a really good deal. That's a really reliable car, low miles, man, they're gonna enjoy this car. I'm happy for them, right? And they're happy too, they got a good deal. I made some profit, everyone's happy. It's a win-win for everybody. You're helping out society. That's the way I see it. As long as you're doing this correctly, as long as you're not scamming people, right? And now another thing with the car flipping is that you can make money instantly, like literally instantly. If you buy a car correctly today, you can sell it correctly tomorrow for a profit, right? It's instant. Like you start seeing profits, like results right away if you're doing it correctly. With this other stuff like dropshipping, SMMA, like day trading, crypto, to me, that's like gambling to a certain degree, but whatever. The other businesses, like it might take a while for you to actually start seeing some profit. With this, it's simple. It's copy and paste. Copy the system, copy the formulas, and then just plug them into whatever car you're looking at, and you're gonna make money. Like basically almost guaranteed. And now one more beauty of this business is that it compounds like crazy. Because say for example, you buy a car for, we'll say 5 grand. You sell that car for 8 grand. You made 3K profit. This is typical. You make 3K profit. That 3K profit, you can go buy a car, another car, finish it at 3K and sell it for 5. So now your profit, which is literally just brand new money, turn into more brand new money. And that brand new money turns into more brand new money. And it's like a tree, it just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. Every month, it's like an avalanche, like a snowball effect. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, as long as you're doing it correctly. So that's another beautiful thing about this car flipping industry. But now some of you might be watching this like, okay, let me go buy a car off Facebook and flip it. No, just no, okay? I'm not knocking these other guys that do that. That's fine. They can make $1,000, $500 per car, whatever. I'm not interested in that at all. You're not gonna get to a Lambo making $500 per car. It doesn't take you a very long time if you do that. And that's not even feasible. With flipping cars, you wanna look at your ROI, okay? ROI, return on investment. With me, for example, my cars. I shoot for 50% ROI every single car, no matter what. At least 50% ROI. So that means if I finish the car at 5 grand, I need to sell it for 7,500 at least, minimum, right? I'm shooting for 50% ROI. That's what I want. You want your return on investment to be high. And honestly, I get a lot of messages between me and y'all. I get a lot of messages from other dealers asking me how I'm doing what I'm doing, right? Because my system's working and whatever they're doing is not working, okay? The key main difference between me and them is just my system. It's the formulas I follow, right? It's the blueprint that I'm following. That's what's working for me, okay? That's what got me to this. So now look, it goes Facebook Marketplace. That's like beginner level, like flipping cars. You're not really making much. Then you can go to clean title. Like clean title auctions, you can flip some cars, you can make some money. The main, where the most money is at is in salvage flipping. When you flip salvage cars, that's where the most profit is at, right? And I know what you're thinking. Oh no, nobody wants salvage cars, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Salvage cars, that means the engine is bad or something. You can't register it, you can't get insurance. All this is nonsense, right? Everyone says all the information is on YouTube. You can learn everything you want on YouTube. That is cap, that is a lie. YouTube doesn't even have a slither of the correct information on there, right? And anyone can comment on YouTube, anyone can say random things that's completely wrong. It's all boof, okay? listen to me when I'm telling you. Salvage cars is where the money is at because you can make this 50% return on investment. I was watching a video the other day of another car dealer and he's playing the industry standard. The industry standard for these other dealers is 60% of the cars they win. That means the other 40% they're losing. So that means out of 10 cars they buy, 4 of them are losers. The 6 are winners and that's how they stay profitable. When I heard this, I was like, yeah, no wonder you guys can't freaking scale. No wonder you guys can't freaking do good. What do you think? Out of 10 cars, 4 fail? My win rate, and I'm not saying this to brag, is over 95%, at least, probably higher, right? Because when you buy correctly, the worst thing that can happen is you break even. That's the worst case scenario, right? As long as you buy the car correctly. If you buy it wrong, then yeah, you're gonna freaking lose 40% of the time, which is ridiculous. How's your money gonna compound? How's your money gonna grow? The second thing this guy said was average dealerships make like 10 to 20% per car, like ROI, return on investment. So if they buy a car for 10,000, they're trying to sell it for 11 or 12. No wonder these dealerships are closing left and right? No wonder these dealers are messaging me, asking me how I'm doing what I'm doing. No wonder these people are struggling. If I buy a car for 10 grand, if I'm done with the car at 10 grand, I'm trying to sell it for 15. That's what I'm going for, right? I'm not trying to make $1,000 to $2,000 per car. You're trying to get these heavy hitters. If I finish a car at 5 grand, I'm trying to sell it for 7,500 or 8,000. That's what I'm trying to get. I'm not trying to go lower than that, right? And people come and pay up because even though my car is listed at 8 grand and I'm making 3K profit, it's still cheaper than everyone else. That's why my car wins. My car sells and I make more money than everyone else. The money is in the salvage game. That's where it's at, okay? Everyone's scared of it. When everyone zigs, you zag. I'm telling you guys this. If you just listen to what I'm telling you, you will succeed. And you will succeed far, far faster than me. Because if I knew the knowledge I had now while I was in college, oh man, I'd be like 10 times ahead of where I am right now. I made so many mistakes in the beginning. It was such a struggle. There were so many times, I make it sound easy for you guys, but there were so many times where I just wanted to quit because it was so hard. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea. I was just so lost. I don't know about cars. I was getting scammed left and right. I was buying bad cars. I didn't know how to buy on the auctions. It was just so bad. I made so many mistakes to a point where so many times I just wanted to quit. You can go try and do this by yourself, 100%. You can go try and learn and do this by yourself, 100%. But understand it's gonna be a struggle. And understand, I get dozens of messages all the time from people telling me, I bought this car, I'm not making any money on it, or I bought this car, it came with a bad engine, I bought this car, the body guy said he can't fix it, blah, blah, blah. And these people knew that I have the mentorship. I'm teaching people this. I'm showing you how to do this. I'm showing you how to skip all the headaches, right? For a very low cost, you can learn everything from me and get to the point where I'm at, right? And I'm still in this business. Unlike these other gurus, unlike these other course sellers and whatnot, they don't even do what they teach. They're not even in the business of what they teach, right? I'm in this business. I'm in it right now. When things change, I'll tell you right away, hey, this changed. Hey, this is a new method. This is a new strategy. I'm in this business. I do this because it still works. It's not I'm just telling you this just to tell you this. No, this is an actual real life business that I'm in to this day. You can look me up online. I still have a dealership to this day. This is what I do. But now, as I was saying, so now these people go flip cars, they think they can do it by themselves. Now they're losing $2,000 or $3,000 on that car, or $4,000 or $5,000 on that car. It was a complete fail, right? And then they say this business doesn't work, blah, 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 whatever. Warren Buffett said it. He said, risk is not knowing what you're doing. And I agree with that. When you don't know what you're doing, it's risky. When you're on the auction, you don't know what you're doing, you buy something, it's risky. For me, my risk is very, very low because I know what to look for. I know what to see. I know what cars to get. I know what to avoid. I know who to buy from. All I know is how to buy the cars, how to sell them, and how to compound the money. That's all I know how to do. And that's all you need to know how to do. Now look, the best part about this is that once you learn how to do what I do, you just know how to make 2, 3K like that, 2, 3K, 2, 3K, 2, 3K. Every car you buy, 2, 3K, profit, 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 profit. And so if you wanna make whatever, 10K a month, that's like 3 to 5 cars a month you have to flip to make 10K a month. That's very, very doable. Especially if you're not doing any mechanic work or any of the body work. That's very, very doable, very, very easy, okay? So now I'm offering this mentorship. I'm offering you to let me help you. You come work with me one-on-one. I'll show you exactly what you have to do. I'll show you exactly what to avoid. I'll show you exactly how to be successful in this business, right? That's the first thing, one-on-one mentorship. And now not only are you gonna work with me one-on-one, but I'm giving you a guarantee. I guarantee you, I will continue working with you until you recoup your investment with me. Guaranteed. Doesn't matter how long it takes. As long as you're willing to work and you're willing to put in the effort, I will work with you until you recoup your investment, right? So there's no way you're gonna lose doing this. There's no way. And now I'm sweetening it even more. The third thing, not only you get one-on-one access with me, not only is it guaranteed you're gonna get your money back, the third thing I'm gonna sweeten it up with is that you're gonna get access to my network. I have a community of like-minded individuals. We're all just trying to flip cars. We're all just trying to make money. We all have different connections. This mechanic is good. That body guy is good. Avoid this mechanic. Avoid that body guy. These things, your network is your net worth, right? So when I give you access to this, this is what's really gonna open the doors for you, right? This is where you're gonna make a lot of money. This is what's gonna change your life. Look, I started with nothing, and flipping cars completely changed my life. It was a struggle in the beginning, but now I made it to the other side, and I want to see you on the other side as well. I look forward to working with you, and thank you for watching.